afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, your only sanctioned source of comedy to entertainment. Oops. Off here till 1 vs 1 on Lost Glider. In the north, it is Freedom. Fighting for America, Freedom, Democracy. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Armored Division here with Tactical Support, Mechanized, and Recon Support, Triple Infantry. Versus in the south, it is Deimos. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the German peoples. Taking on the role here of the... let's just go with Panzerdivision here with Strategic Reserves Doctrine with Assault Grenadiers. The Panzer IV Ausführungsjagd on Model J. Breakthrough Packages, which no one mostly uses. Mobile Observation Posts, which ultra rarely sees any usage. And Tiger Racers with double infantry mine bulletins there. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and press that bell button. Helps me, helps you, and probably also helps YouTube. In the east, we got Rifleman up for the cup on the Rifleman westwards. There we can see that Freedom is already in the opening moments of the game looking for a disruptive start here versus Deimos, who is trying to perhaps, I suppose, in some way safeguard himself by going up for sandbags here on the carve point. With one assault gun scored all the way out, he can of course hit some infantry out there fast, but he's actually spreading out pretty aggressively, which does mean he's actually slightly more vulnerable to such a disruptive opening here from Freedom. Here again, he's looking to just hurt him here. MD4 is being held up with the rifle, already taking heavy cover. He's going to have to then flank with the machine gun from an angle, which is going to be pretty tricky to actually set up to suppress them. Or he's just going to have to like hold down there, so he can effectively just tie down a bunch of Deimos' forces here on the west side, but he's threatening with a rifle squad all the time. He's falling back though. He could do that, but he decides it's just going to be a waste of his time. Over there, he's just hoping the shadow of his presence there will be sufficient to just draw Deimos' attention down. But Deimos though is not that concerned. He keeps with the assault gunners up the right flank here, equipped with MP40s and eventually grenades, plenty of them. Rifleman sending out there for Freedom. 3rd rifle squad on the way. 2nd grenade squad there for Deimos and Deutschland. Well, 1st grenadier squad technically. A mix of infantry. What some players like to go for, some just go like heavy assault grenadiers, then take up fast. Some go for a mix of assault guns and grenadiers, and then take up not so fast. 3rd rifle squad out there for Freedom and Democracy. Taking on the role here, taking on the role of Rifleman, as Rifleman are supposed to do. Frontline infantry. Push here for the carve point. There is quickly disrupted. Here's the gunners getting in the way, but they will up close lose the Riflemen, and the Riflemen have roughly 50% more TPS than the Grenadiers there. But in this case, they managed to get into the building, turn the tables on the Riflemen a bit. They also got quite lucky there with being able to pull all their bullets into one model, specifically dropping that one. So now with the situation, there's actually a chance that Grenadiers could win this one, which is actually a bit of a rare occurrence. Of course, the bigger one here is the assault Grenadiers having hit the carve point and they're swinging up behind the Riflemen. Nice response there by Deimos in the west here. MG42 Pioneer team were able to catch the Riflemen, their force as well there. Looks like Freedom's aggressive and rough start there has been outmaneuvered here with Deimos with his own aggressive start there and some good machine gun handling, which is, I find always as the Wehrmacht, quite crucial. Riflemen now running for the building here. They definitely have to get into the fast levels. Their soldiers will get into them before it, actually, possibly, which would be really bad for the Riflemen. And, you expect that time to get away from him. Instead, now gets exposed himself to more fire from the soldiers and gets routed. Awkward. The soldiers here starting improving their value there. Well handled, of course, used with the sprint ability. They can quite nasty. If you just use them without the sprint ability, their assault grenadiers do tend to perform a lot less well. But with sprint being actively used, they're quite a solid unit. And overall sprint, if you can get it, Wehrmacht is a very good ability with the assault troops. Back here, nothing further going on. We got 2 grenadiers, 1 assault gunners, and MD42 could tag up. He could also try for another assault grenadier squad here. Meanwhile, we got Lieutenant out there for Freedom, arriving here to the front line against a crouch. Assaulters are hiding up behind the building, that droid trying to learn troops there, and of course minimize exposure to rifle fire. Good play there. Rifle squad, they're being hosed down up quickly. And there you go, quickly spreading over again to minimize the time they're exposed, to quickly get into their effective range. Good play there. But in this case, quickly getting focused down, they are suffering heavily, but even then, they're doing quite a bit of good work here versus Freedom. They're slowing him down. More importantly, they're slowing down his resource income. On the west side, again, before 2 Pioneers, Deimos here playing very aggressively, which is really how you have to play the Wehrmacht a good deal of the time. If you try to play passively and defensively, you usually get outmaneuvered, and generally the MG42 there is more effectively used when it's sort of used to like determine or force the engagements and rather than react to them. Take out there done for Deimos. We'll have to see what he goes for next. Ambulance the way for Freedom, provide support for his troops, very good. We'll probably also be seeing a 50 caliber soon to help deal with some all of Deimos' troops, could certainly help him. We got Panzer Grenadier here, Deimos adding in more assault infantry though with the better range, and of course bigger grenades, so fewer members. Lieutenant dealing with the machine gun up close, nice position there, heavy cover, good range, or a good position there, so still apparently not quite positioned enough since the opponent one was taking the head off, got suppressed there, a bit awkward there still. It wasn't, I think, an overall bad idea as such, but in the end didn't pay off. Rifleman versus the Pioneers. Got the Panzers out here for Deimos, of course, with breakthrough packages. They get access to smoke grenades right away. That can be quite handy if you remember to use it. Most players that don't. Tank traps here. Obviously expecting engagement there by the market point munitions. Pioneers was rifling up north. Pioneers will have to retreat back here. Healing reinforcement going on. Nothing further going on here. No mechanized command posts. No 50 calibers. Not even weapon racks, I believe. Or grenades. So, seems like Freedom here is already reeling under the initial aggressive assault of Freedom. Again, trying to sort of leverage whatever advantage he does get, in particular from the soldiers, just to keep Freedom constrained from being able to take up easily to counter him back. And bring up light vehicles. Very good there. We got light machines for the grenades, increasing their firepower at long ranges. Even at mid-ranges, to be honest. But assaults being in this case overwhelmed by the sheer number of infantry. Underestimated Freedom here this close to his base. But a mistake there by Deimos. And with that heavy machine gun team right here, he's going to be quickly pushed off now. But even then, he has done significant economic damage here to Freedom in the early game. He was trying to bring up a 50 caliber there. Fire some popping seized by the Panzergrenadier. He could have gone straight for the fuel, but decides the victory point here is more interesting. Or he probably realizes if he pushes for the fuel point, his Panzergrenadiers will more quickly be counter-attacked and pushed off. Point there being seized. Back here we got the 50 caliber right about down there for Freedom. Back in Deimos space. We're seeing nothing. Except the medic bunker here certainly makes sense. A lot of his troops are quite beaten up there. So that'll be his priority. Then get out the medic bunker. There we go. Going for the carp point there. Freedom, of course, trying to turn the tables here on Deimos as swiftly as possible. Going for the carp point there. Good play. MD4 setting up to put a stop to that. Far west, we've got the rifle moving up. Then we got the Panzer now actually pushing for the fuel point after Freedom has committed towards the carp point of his opponent. He then moves into here to then force him to respond to that or lose his fuel point. But at the same time, Deimos' fuel point is being hit there. So both their sides aggressively hitting the other's fuel. Good play there from both sides. 2 thumbs up. Rifle moving up here against the Panzers who are not in cover. And they're going to be in heavy cover, so this is going to be a bit of a bad engagement for the Panzers. They'll have to close in, pop a bomb grenade, they'll have to get into heavy cover. And even then, at this range, this man up worked out too well for the Panzer Grenadiers. They're already low on health. Got rapidly pursued by the MD4 to the Grenadier squad. Fuel point never ended neutral. Almost got the car point. Here the Panzer Grenadiers are slowly whittling down the rifle, but they're themselves also being slowly whittled down. Lots of whittling there. 50 caliber moving up, they're putting pressure on the assault grenadiers to try to close on the riflemen. And routed. So despite a good push there from Deimos in the early game, as you might have noticed, the map has heavily swung in favour of Freedom, which really just highlights how volatile the early game can be, depending on how the aggressive and good the players are. In this case, both players I think are quite solid, so things can very rapidly change back and forth as they push, and then get slightly overconfident, extended, and then the other player punishes them and swiftly swings the map around because again they play aggressively as well. Stood lighting a little for Freedom. That's going to be a prominent for Deimos. He has got the light mechanized company up, but it's worth noting he's got no anti-tank guns as of yet. He could theoretically go for Pantrix if he had the munitions, but he doesn't quite there. Guns are routed by the Lieutenant. Stood light tank halfway down there for Freedom. Still on the zone of Doctrinaire for him. Southern point being seized by the Pioneers. MD4 remains in a defensive position. They're always marked towards the centre. Half HP 2. And these Grenadiers are routed here by Freedom's infantry. Stood light tank almost done. Just a few more seconds. We got a 251.5 tank here for Deimos. Also worth noting, he does not have the matrix upgrade with the flamethrower upgrade, so he may not actually be planning to do it. Actually, use it for supports infantry, which is actually a nice idea here, though. I think with the current situation, it may orient a particular M5A1 flavor problem. Once you see how Deimos handles that. But the 251.5 tank can be quite good, in particular already playing aggressively. Can allow it to more easily maintain momentum, but it can even be used defensively quite well if you know how to use it. Again, it is also a pretty big target, it is all vulnerable, so it also is something that does require more careful management, otherwise it is quickly wasted, at which point you waste resources. But if carefully handled, it can be a big asset. And certainly within spending munitions other things like flamethrowers, it's quite clear he is not planning flamethrower upgrades on that. Stood sending out their half-trick. We'll probably have to remain a bit under defensive there until he can bring up some anti-tank guns. We got Panzer's Grenadier soldiers with rifle in the East Pioneers in the building as well. Quick move on the half-trick support here. Panzer's down to 2 men already. Assault rifle being pushed back over the combined power of the Panzer with the assault Grenadiers. Pioneers routed already. Half-trick rushing eastwards here, stood in westwards. A lot of action here. We got 556. Assault's got this Lieutenant up close. Going to be a win there. Panzer there, not retreating by the way, since they can reinforce next to the half-tank. In fact, they can also heal inside of it after it, and so can the assault grenadiers. On the west take grenadiers was the rear echelons and the 50 cal, the Madus. Going to use MG42 moving up. He's going to have to go for Pack 40 next. There goes Hawkins popping into the half track, allowing himself to be healed up at a decent pace. Reinforcing the Panzer Grenadier before lightly popping them onto the half track as well. Oh, he does pop them straight on there. Doesn't bother. Waiting for the reinforcements to happen. No, they don't get... I mean, the reinforcement timer will on them go up inside, but they can't actually reinforce inside the half track. So as soon as he pops on, he'll have the third man, but he'll still need to wait for the fourth guy to get reinforced as well. Don't know. There we got BARs out here for freedom, adding more firepower infantry. That's going to be a problem there and challenge to Deimos troops. I was going to say, it can make it more challenging for him to get close eastly, and there you go. Sultan the Particles popping out. Probably just reinforced, or maybe expecting combat. We'll have to see. Close to the Pack 40, but not there. There you go. Panzers out in the open. Assault Grenadiers and Pioneers inside the half track. Machine inside the church here, getting assaulted here by a throng of infantry packed up. Let's do it there from Freedom. And the 3rd Armored Division half track rushing westwards there. Looks like it's going to plan to assault the machine gun inside the building there. Mortar and oil for Freedom. Very good. There they go, popping out there, and then using the half track to drive around. Good push there. On the machine gun, 2 thumbs there to Deimos. Nice to see some mechanized infantry assaults, which is a rarely see, to be honest. That's how the matches I post. Still light tank moving in there. Charging here at Deimos' forces. He's got the Pack 40 almost done. Half track getting out of there. Very good. Machine gun there. Got Veterans 1 and then setting up his round. It's also about to die. He needs to get that machine gun. Did not. Quite a blow there to Deimos. Then a critical tool in keeping Freedom's infantry under control. Assault's pushing east westwards there for the reaction to quickly hose them down with good German lead. Got the Stuart Light Train in hot pursuit for Freedom. Far right flank wide open, by the way. Whereas they're using Volatile as well, making things more difficult for the assaulters to move about him. Very good. Pack 40 out there for Deimos. Half tech once more. Good to go. At least he's seeming to good to go. Gun is popping in this time around. Interesting. I think he's using the assault grenadiers as bait, if anything, just to buy time for the Pack 40 to get there. He may have to plan to rush in with a half track with the grenadiers and then get close, then Panzerfaust it. That might be... It's a bit trickier in some ways, but it can work out there. Almost got the Stuart. In fact, he may just rush in there and use the assault of the grenadiers at the half tech to finish it off with a bit of an advancement. Oh, looks like not. Looks like not. Kind of looked like it, though. Oh, wait, what? Okay, he doesn't pursue. He could have done it, though. He could have done it. It would have been risky, but he could have done it. Still, he's on the back for the Allies in terms of territory there versus Freedom, but the half-tech, I think, is going to give him a bit of extra frontline funding ability. Means and he will have to spend less time just ferrying troops back and forth to the front line on foot, which is honestly a really handy thing to have. When you don't have to constantly rush back and forth, you can heal and then reinforce the front line. It is a very powerful ability. Plus, it provides also direct firepower support as well in its own ways. I mean, it's quite good there. Plus, it can just allow you to react to assaults better by shifting troops back and forth that way as well. Plus, you can also just dive in there with the infantry into a good position. That way, cause more harm. So, there's a lot of advantage. Really, just a good, well-used 250.5 with some assault infantry in it. So, 2 thumbs up there to Deimos. Second Panzer squad out there. That's going to be quite a bit of assault infantry rushing in there. It's going to hit an anti-tank rifle grenade. They may be able to get a wipe on the rifle if they're too slow. Nah, they won't. Still, even there you can see we're just quickly able to get the troops from point A to point B rather rapidly. We got telemines up here. Got mortar fire raining down here from Freedom. Panzer Level's rifle squad. Could have yet the munitions, could say could try grenade assault here, but on the expected retreat path didn't. After being hauled back, pack moving eastwards. Could consider taking up here Mr. Deimos. Freedom, though, would also be in a very good spot, I think, here to take up. In fact, he's got plenty of manpower and fuel and really should be taking up here. I'm surprised he isn't. I'm thoroughly surprised he isn't. Moving eastwards to the victory point. There we go, 40-42 versus 365. Still light tank moving to engage the assault grenadiers here. Back here, nothing further going there for Freedom. Assault grenadiers up close with the Stuart Light Tank without any anti-tank weapons. They are very much easy targets for the Stuart Light Tank with 7 kills, half 8 to 52. Freedom seems, I think, a bit too preoccupied with the front line. Again, he's beginning to push his resource advantage, which is considerable. A definite mistake, the 250 being fixed up. 1 kill, Veteran C1. Now the MG42 on the way there for Deimos to replace the one he lost to the armies. Very good. More BARs being handed out. There seems there for Freedom. Still no sign of a Doctrine. Got the rifle falling back in the face of the Panzer Grenadier. And these is the rifle squad. 2/5 up near the Pioneers inside of it. And note units inside of half-tech and larger grab points as well. Panzerman east westwards to link up with it, reinforce and heal. Very good work there. There you go, finally take up there for freedom. Could have been soon. In fact, couldn't even been building fuel caches to help him get it out faster and get out some ammo afterwards faster. Great hit from the pack there on the Stuart light tank. Half-tech gets just on time, they way to block the lieutenant there, but oh, then they pop out at the wrong point, and then the point gets rendered neutral anyway. It's a bit of bad luck there. In the east, we got to push up here, but we got 5th Cub on the way here from freedom. There we go. Gunners are going to flank up with the 5th Cub cleared up. Thumbs up there to Deimos. Good infantry maneuver. Panzer reinforcing. Panzer reinforce the half-tech. We got a bit more experience on it. It does also share experience with units nearby, so that can also help it get out a bit faster. There you go. Got the 5th Caliber. Great shot there. Freedom to preoccupied again. West side here. Gunners was the Stuart light tank. Panzer pushing ahead. Vetchi 2 gain there. And we got the Pack 40 being hauled up as well. Grenadiers needs to be careful inside the house. They may not last for too long. And there you go. 5th Caliber in the far east here ceased from the armies. Bazooka team moving up here. Clearly he wants to put an end to that marauding half-track. Pack being hauled up further to help deal with the Stuart light tank. We got 438 versus 361. Diamond still bleeding out freedom here a bit. He's going for a 5th Caliber there, very good. To replace the one he lost. He still feel like he's flowing too much manpower, which is a bit strange. He normally doesn't do that, I feel, but oh well. Feels like he's definitely missing out on some opportunity, I think, versus Deimos by floating that many resources. Might be there's some hesitation, a lack of a clear plan, and he's trying to figure out where he wants to go. Meanwhile, for Deimos, he definitely should consider taking up soon. I mean, the faster he can begin churning up Panzer from old Jays versus Freedom, that'd be great for him. Maybe done. Connect to go for Sherman's right away, unless he's planning something else, but he definitely should make a decision on that very soon, I feel. Again, the faster you make the decision, just begin pushing something big versus Deimos, the better for him. After nearby, ready to reinforce. If it becomes necessary and possible. Panzer Grenadiers moving up. 5th Cavalry joining in, rather than under heavy fire and forced to retreat. The soldiers, of course, nearby can easily reinforce. They pop in this time. Still light tank moving in there. Goes Sherman later for freedom at the 17-minute mark. Could have that out sooner. Definitely a tad sloppy there, I think, by him. A tad sloppy. Panzer reinforcing as well. Going for that half-track. Awkward side of the Pack 40. But he gets the half-track away there. Close to 52 on that one, by the way. Very good there. There goes Stuart, direct hit from the Panzer up Cannon 40. Gunnersman from the other side could Panther fire, in which case the Pack 40 might have a chance of finishing it off here, but no. Looks like here Freedom was a bit faster than Deimos on his fingers. Panzer pulling up there, Gebalde into the church here to clear out the 5th Cavalry, at least do some serious damage. Half track there, Vetchi 2 now, able to also reinforce troops from further away. That's also very handy little side of it, and they can see there now the Panzer can actually reinforce from that distance. So the more veterans you get in that half-track, I mean, the better it becomes. Plus, I believe that your fleet also gets a slight combat boost. Let's gain some accuracy. Sherman out here, though, for freedom. Very good for him. You still, I think, should consider them fuel caches. I mean, he's flying so much manpower. That you should be calling in some elite infantry from Recon support. That could be great. Cavalry could also be great. And, well, there's obviously nothing from tactical support, but I definitely feel like freedom needs to make a hard decision soon. Panzer there routed. We got the Sherman up there. 5th Cavalry on the way as well. We've got high explosive rounds. Since he's obviously not too worried about German armor at the moment. Deimos has ticked up, but he's still a bit of a slouch himself there. Pack shoot gets a great hit on the Sherman. That was Rifleman. And there you go again. Sneaky harassment move there. The veteran 2 Panzers moving up. In a pinch, they can toss a smoke grenade to help get themselves out of a mess against any American armor or swarms of infantry. Troops are here reinforcing. After there, half-8 to veteran through 3 in the ace level. Not so often you get to see an ace 250 on a half-track. So thumbs that to Deimos if he does get there. So Pomacor going up there for Deimos. He actually has the fuel, so he could actually go for a Panther from Moldier right away after it's done. Very good. Freedom really needs to start spending some of that manpower. Shaman usually against the Panzer Grenadier routing them. I mean, obviously, he may be feeling he's just such an advantageous position, just wants to keep in reserve, but at the same time, I feel like when you're flying that much manpower, you've still got plenty of, you know, population to go. You want to expend some of it to, like, make it hard for your opponent to come back, because does feel a bit here like Deimos, I think, or Freedom is leaving the door a bit too open here for Deimos to get back in. But there you go. Target weak point. Starting up the Sherman. Not going to be enough to finish it here, but still, it's going to certainly leave Freedom there, I think, a bit worried. Almost got the pack there, and down it goes. That's definitely a blow there for Deimos. Clutch for two on that Sherman. That Sherman's done great work already. Oh, clever. 2 thumbs up to Freedom here. He may be a slouch in the manpower, but he's definitely not a slouch when it comes to using his vehicle crews. He actually switched the crew between the Steward and the Sherman, so the Sherman becomes much higher veterancy faster, and thus it gets the gut bits faster. I mean, that's really one of the elements of the Americans which most players never ever use, despite being really good. So, I mean, 2 thumbs up there to Freedom. I give him 3 thumbs if I could, because really it's a powerful ability, but it's just, again, something the average American player never makes use of. Despite, again, being really good. But again, Freedom really needs to work on the manpower float there. That's a thumbs down from here. Which I guess cancels out that potential 3rd thumb anyway, so, you know. After there, 2 kills. Could go for another Sherman. We really need to start spending some manpower again. Fuel caches, finding position. There'd be a lot of great ways you can invest here. Assault Supply could benefit from the veteran score leader. Versus Freedom. We're beyond the 20-minute mark in the cylinder doctrine, which is also usually a bit worrisome there. There's not really much he gains at this point from, like, you know, not having picked the doctrine. Graham Neeson victory point. We got 412 versus 354. Deimos advancing the gun. His punch. There you go. Finally! Finally, we got Recon support here. Finally, a doctrine was chosen. A plan was made. Plan of action. There you go. Pathfinder's out. He can even begin calling in airdrop command groups at this point. Easy. Panther 4 more download for Deimos. So we got here raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, airdrop combat groups, Greyhounds, and M83 cluster bombs from Freedom's Recon supporting these Grenadiers. Engaged with the Lieutenant backed up by the Major. Steward also good to go there. Panther 4 more halfway done. Halfway there, reinforcing healing as always. Acting as that core frontline unit here for Deimos. A true Panzer Grenadier. Okay, Panzer Grenadier to be specific. Rather than being hammered M4-2 and the assault grenadiers right here. Assault grenadiers could pop into the half deck and be healed out a bit. Then these grenadiers need to retreat in the face here of Freedom's assault. And there you go. We do get an airdrop combat group. Finally just time to spend some of those resources. You can easily call in the second one afterwards, to be honest, as soon as it cools down. At which point he can quickly add in a lot of elite infantry, but also pack howitzers. But I think he should also consider just getting out more tanks now. Just more Shermans would be great for him. Would pin, I think. Then again, he may want a Jackson as a Panzer 4 mod. Yeah, I'll wait, that one has arrived as well. Here, the Panzer Kampfwagen 4 as for on Jod. And then goes Sultan's Panzer attack the half deck as well there, preparing for another mechanized assault. In the name of Deutschland Panzer, there was the rifleman. Panzer was heavily damaged. German moving up there. Oh, should have kept the armor support a bit close to the half deck here. Still able to get out of there in time due to the half deck also having good line of sight. And in theory, can even pop up the mobile observation post there to get further line of sight by firing off flares then. Panther Mordier going for the Sherman there. Sherman disengaging. And these also got troops moving up. A big push here by Deimos on the west side. Overwhelming Freedom was good to throw down his motion here to help recover the retreat. Also switching to armor piercing round says now he actually has a tank to deal with. And not just German infantry, which is notably less armoured than a tank. At the same time, though, Freedom is striking at Deimos' base. He's already wiped out a Grenadier squad. I don't think Deimos is realising this. Oh, no, he's pulling back the Panther 4 damage, but he's lost the Grenadier squad. He's almost lost the Panzer Grenadier squad. He's losing the bunker. He might even lose the 250 and a half track. He's trying to get out of this. Yes, good, but good lord. That was a nasty raid here. No, pull it back. Get it out of there, Deimos. No, not the half track. Not the Schützenpanzerwagen. Scheiße. A devious raid here by Freedom has caused Deimos significant harm. And destroyed another critical frontline unit. And caused at least one wipe plus the medic bunker to go down. A nasty raid here. 2 thumbs up to Freedom for that one. That is something you rarely see there. Pebs there up at the front line. Packhouse and yet recruit. He could still go for caches and fighting positions really. I feel like in that regard Freedom still needs to work on his unit's resource expenditure. Deimos forced to replace the medic bunker. Will eventually replace the half track. Overall I think less likely. Pebs were there with a BAR. Stuart Light tank there, halfway to its need 2. Back here, Pad reinforcing. Of course, I've upgrading them with another BAR. Well, he can upgrade them also, and apparently one extra light machine. With cluster bombs off in the west against Deimos' positions. Bombs flying down here. Exploding and causing great harm there to Deimos' western positions. Almost wiping out the machine gun position there. You got 345 versus 340. Freedom still flooding an awful lot of manpower. I'm not entirely sure what's going through his head there. Certainly highlights Lyle's high comfortable position. He can just easily float that much manpower as the Germans. There we go. Jackson on the way there. Starting to get some fresh manpower expenditures. Very good. Deimos meanwhile is fighting with every resource he has. Like, he can't afford such a cushy position. Jackson tank saw there, slowing the way. Sherman there by the way. 23 kills. Halfway to 23. Panther 4 there with 6 kills. Veterans 1 back here. Troops reinforcing. No one's picked up that light machine gun yet. Panzers could be a great pick for it. He's probably just going to go for more Panther for Moldiers at this point. Going to do squad there has not been upgraded, interestingly enough. Could do that. Panzer pushing in there. Goes soldiers moving there. Go full retreat here from Freedom's Rifle Squad there as Deimos and Deutschland hits hard. Almost got the Rifle Squad there. Down to just one man. Jackson tanks almost down there for Freedom and Democracy. Almost got a full wipe there. Almost. But no. Gets away. The lucky bastard. Panzer there being hosed down in the middle of the open. Casualties inflicted from mortar fire as well. There we got 5 kills on it. Close to the ace level as well there. Assault's moving up. Finally upgraded with veteran squadrons by the way. Very good there for Deimos. Jackson tanks on the eastern side. And there you go. Another hit there on the fuel point. This time though with a full 50 cal there. Bit risky, could end up handing over there to Freedom. And the 3rd Armored Division, Jack's moving ahead here. Deimos can soon go for another, actually he can go for a Panzermoldier number 2 now, and there we go, goes for it. Another Panzerkampfwagen 4 Ausfangjod. Freedom meanwhile, a bit more pop cap, but of course he can technically just pop up the crews, lowering the pop cap, and then call in another tank he wants to. Panzer there's the Pathfinders, Major moving up there. Modifying the Panzer squad there, down to less than half of. In fact, about to get wiped out. That needs to be retreating now. He probably should have popped a smoke grenade while grabbing the point here this close to the enemy front line. Bit of a mistake there by Deimos. Could cost him the Panzer of his squad. So far, though, Lady Luck seems to be... Oh, yeah. Apparently he ran out of luck there. And then they did not survive. Bit of blow there, down to just 3 infantry squads. Now his opponent with considerably more infantry and critically considerably more heavily equipped infantry. 50 cal here versus 50 cal. They have quick retreat. Panther 4 Moldier number 2 almost done. Seizing the western victory point. Smoke's in here in the centre to cover an advance on the victory point there. Not too shabby. Need to fix up the Sherman. And we got grenades here for Freedom. Oh my. That's only going to make things harder there for Deimos' infantry and support weapons. Panther 4 number 2 moving on the west side. Number 1 being steadily repaired. Close to victory 2. Very good there for Paratroops make a hard encounter here with a Panzerkampfwagen 4. They need to retreat soon. Holy smokes, that was a hell of a hit there. Also, he's finally recruit the pack howitzer. There you go, right on the Panther 4 by the Jackson there, but great wipe there. Certainly highlights why the Panther Moldier is good for the Wehrmacht, because it's over more accurate, meaning it's got a much better chance of just wiping units, and it only gets better with the veterans. Panzer there with the BAR versus the bazooka teams there, like fire there on the Panther 4. Seems like that here, Freedom's left assault there collapses under Deimos' armoured response. 2 Panther 4s there on the hard move. Veteran 2 they gained on the lead one. Making it even more accurate. Which is definitely going to be bad news for Freedom's infantry. Back here, Pioneer Squad on the way to help repair the tanks. Very good there. And we got another airdrop combat group. That'll mean more pack howitzers. More artillery here for Freedom. Like 2 pack howitzers and a mortar is going to be a real nightmare for Deimos' infantry and support weapons. Plus the other paratrooper squad is not going to hurt though. Obviously it would also not have hurt if he kept the first one alive. Pretty sure the paratrooper in particular would agree with that assessment. Sherman there though, close to the ace level there. Again, good use of the Stuart crew popping into that one. I'm sure the Stuart crew appreciates being promoted to a Sherman tank. Machine gun routed. Paratroopers, they're good to go. Got the pack cards ready. It becomes necessary. Versus the Krauts. Panther Force, they're almost good to go. Both of them. Oh, he dispatches both of them anyways. Rifle position down to heavy fire from the Panther Force. We got 204 damage to 340. Freedom has a nice lead here with Deimos. And he's somebody else starting, I think, to feel the heat here from Deimos now. Again, he got too comfortable there. And now Deimos can punish him really hard with the two Panther Forces. Again, they can inflict a lot of manpower damage fast, as you can see there again. They are accurate. Jackson arrives though. Good hit on the Panther 4. Pioneers there. Oh, gets away, I think. Unless the Minesweeper Pioneers get the kill done. No. He probably could have gotten it done if he had the Panther Force upgraded machine guns. But I will. Jackson falling back here again. Oh, looks like they did get wiped out, actually. Close one, though. West side here. Lieutenant moving up. Got the Sherman in there as well. Very, very close to the ace level, but still not quite there. Now the Jackson on the way there for Freedom to counter Deimos' Panzerwaffe with 90mm armor-piercing rounds. Paratroopers equipped with bazookas. He's clearly getting very spooked up with these two Panzer IVs, and that is certainly an understandable worry. We also got the second pack out on the operation, so again, we got 3 artillery pieces here of varying sizes there. That's going to give Deimos' infantry support weapons a bit of a hard time if he uses them correctly. Unit wiped out again. Like Panzer Volunteers are great, and there you go. Panzer with double bars. I imagine though Freedom may soon try and enact some vengeance here again with the double pack outs as we get some close enough to the front line. Remember to use the barrage ability. I'd definitely say these two Panther Force may already earn themselves instant because again, A, they've caused several wipes at this point, but also they're clearly forcing Freedom to have to respond to them. Like, he can't ignore them. They are very potent threats in the hands of a skilled commander. Jackson, they shoots good hit on the Panther 4. Third Panther 4 Moldier there. Certainly makes sense. We've got the Jackson, the paratroopers moving up here. Need to go for a deeper flank if possible. There you go. The damage engine. Panther 4 Moldier taking heavy damage. Pack 4 the ready to support. Other Panther 4 moving up. We've got the Bazooka team nearby to support. Dread hitting from the Panther pack on the Jackson. Bazooka team there. There you go. Panther 4 flanking but taking a lot of damage. Shan moving up here. Unit wiped out again. Further casualties. 2 Freedom. There you go. Got the Jackson. He's about to lose his almost ace Panther 4 Moldier there. There you go. Panther 4 knocked out by the Sherman. Other Panther 4 though barely operable. Heavy fighting here. Things are seriously heating up now. 5th cavalry being routed by the Sherman tank there. We got 30 kills. Jackson moving westwards. Back here, troops reinforcing. Troops moving eastwards here with a few soldiers moving up. They got a 5th cavalry covering the eastern victory point. Paratroopers advancing their strain to a German 5th cal there. Using some of the previous laid down tank track for cover. Very good there. Sherman charging here. Correct to clear out the pack forward there with a few hits. And there you go. 50 cal on top there. I think it's doing the job. Before he can even fire the target weak point. And there you go. Ace level Sherman. That's bad news there for Deimos' infantry. Even the armor, to be honest. Since it has a high rate of fire. Particularly if supported by another vehicle. In which case Radionet goes active. Which only increases the rate of fire further. Bazooka fire as well there. Panther 4, they're almost down to half health already. Definitely bad news there for Deimos and Deutschland. Each side here we got soldiers on the way again there. Thumbs up to Deimos just for good, consistent field harassment and maneuvers. Pack out, I feel like could be a bit close to the front line, particularly the one here. There we go. It does get them a bit further up there. Mortar opening up as well here on the assault gunners in the eastern fuel. Another Pathfinder squad idea for Freedom. And the 3rd Armored Division, if the Panzer keeps up its counterattacks. There you go, bun grenade. Oh, heavy cover that negates most of the damage. And now we got heavy fire on the Panzer Grenadier, who need to retreat soon. Would be a shame to lose such aces, at least for Deimos' perspective. For Freedom, obviously, that'd be a pretty big win. Pretty big win. Assault on the west side here with the Panther gets straight into the bazooka fire though. And we got something dropped in. I think that's artillery. Curse got in there, spot. Looks like it might have been a faker, but there you go. Jack's moving up here, straight into the pack on the Panther 4 though. Need to get that out of there fast. Could try and attack through here. There's like a considerable opening here that could hit into Deimos' right flank, then actually cause some considerable grief. But so far, Freedom seems to be keen on just attacking head on there. Definitely, I think, attack her there. You should always look for like openings like this to like try and hit your opponent from angles that don't expect and hurt them really badly. Always using that eastern fuel point. Very good. You could still consider going for more armor. I think that'd be very beneficial there for freedom. But now, no longer floating manpower. Can't afford it anymore. Deimos is hit back again. Those Panzer IVs are really proving their worth, even if some of them are blowing up. There you go. Assault here with the Panzergrenadier. 12 killed back up with the Grenadiers. 50 cal there as well. Good to shoot these Pathfinders though. Otherwise they're going to get annihilated. There you go. Pack out to fire Sherman moving in as well there. Just going to high explosive rounds. Panzer IV moving in. Already going to punish him doing exactly that. Another unit down. Pathfinders quickly annihilated here by all the German infantry, in particular the Ace Panzergrenadier with the double bars. Smoke grenade off there. Obscures line of sight. Of course, they decided to disparage the area. That's not going to matter much anyways. Panther IV's on the move. We're going to hit here. Freedom Humber. There goes Sherman on the flank. Shot bounces. Jackson though will not bounce. There we go. Panzer pushing forward against the pack house and the mortar. Panther IV down to half health. Bazooka team moving up. Almost costing him the Ace Sherman though. Pack house is routed. Mortar bike cleared out here by the Ace Panzer. There we go. Down it goes. 20 kills. Bazooka team arrives through the bazooka fire. There you go. One bounces, one penetrates. Or misses actually, so none penetrate technically. 50 cal down the east. Purchasing heavy fire. There you go. 2 rockets, 2 hits, 2 penetrations. Smoke's down again. They're actively using it. In fact, at this point, the only thing he's used is the mobile observation post or the Tiger Ace. East, southeastern punch go up with the riflemen. Meanwhile, from here we haven't seen any raid tactics or the Greyhounds, but else he's been make good use of the Doctrine as well. Now the Pathfinder squad, he's calling in a lot of them, but I feel like he's not really doing a lot with them. Like they end up getting killed more than they seem to, kill stuff, at least under his command. Far south, we got riflemen. He's going to use the light machine gun. Those riflemen have to retreat with a bars of their own or well-placed grenade. They are very much dead meat. And he does have access to grenades, but we've actually seen him, I think, toss any, which is a bit interesting to note. Now the Panther Mollier there from Deimos. He may want to start consider Sturmgeschütze versus Freedom, and Freedom really I think should just consider more Shermans, like bring up large numbers of tanks backed up then by tanks. Bazookas could be a problem there for Deimos' Panther Force. We'll see there. Straight to the bazooka fire there. The Panther Force lead the attack here. With infantry about support and a Pack 40 in the west side. Here we're going to push here on the position. Machine gun forced to evacuate the premises as artillery fire ranged through the roof and the windows. Jackson shoots and misses the Panther 4 in a slightly awkward manner. Grenade here, pretty good. And there you go. Pineapple grenade. Back here, nothing further going in Freedom Space. Could still use to go for more armor. Jackson hits there from the Pack 40. Panther 4 exposing its armor to the paratroopers with the bazookas. Southeastern victim being seized here, very good. But most of the findings are in the center. There you go. 3rd Panther Volatile for Deimos. A small armored platoon there for him and the German army. An assembly of German steel that will give Freedom, I think, a bit of a headache. Red from the Jackson and the Panther 4. Veteran to 1 gained. West side here, right from there. Ready. Got the East Sherman moving up. Good game with that. Panther 4, good beating. There we go. Direct penetrating hit there from the Sherman. Panther 4 shoots, gets to run in return. Damage engine there. But we also got other Panther 4s ready to fit in the Sherman there. So Freedom makes a correct choice, then pulls back. Pathfinder's about to get wiped out again. Pack out is flying away there. We got 0 kills. We got 12 kills between 2. And there you go. Further casualties of the Panzergrenadier. Almost got the western fuel point. We'll need to retreat the rifleman. Nothing further going in Deimos' base. Grenade off there. Close to the ace of their showing up. Jackson nowhere near to be seen, and so there's no additional armor there for Freedom and the 3rd Armored. Pack need to get to safety before that gets cleared up by the armies. Good active MD42 is still there by Deimos. Going on the center from the variations, got the paratroopers coming up here with the bazookas and there you go. Panther 4 shoots but misses. Great hit from the Jackson tanks, almost taking out the Panther 4 there. One more hit could take it out, but the same need coming up to run into all the other Panther 4s. There we go. Got the Panther 4 there, 2 still to go. The Jackson almost down. Still there is a definite tactical win there for Freedom. And force the Major, could call artillery here, could at least try and bluff with the Fate Rapid Barrage. There we go, that's exactly what he's doing there. Panther going for the blitz here, going for the Jackson tanks on an aggressive raid here. by Deimos, but it could backfire, and there you got the Jackson tank, so we got the Sherman up there. Right behind the rear there of the Panther 4. Main gun out. Oh dear. And the Panther 4 is down. I don't think that was quite worth it. Sure, he got a Jackson, but he's already lost one. Panther 4 nice lost the second one. Meanwhile, Freedom's quickly replacing his armored losses, whereas Deimos is going to have a harder time replacing his losses. So I think that was a bit of a bad call there by Deimos. He should have, just held back there. Except the Jackson getting away and just looked to do damage elsewhere, I think, versus Freedom instead. So now she's down to one Panther 4, which is almost ace level though. Will he go for Stu? Will he go for tier 4? So final on that. We got another pack forward here though for Deimos. Ace punches there with the double bars, giving Freedom's infantry quite a bit of grief, as they are supposed to. Ace Shrem being pushed back, Bazooka in the ramming here to give the Ace Panther 4 their hard time there. Deimos' pocket tiger is ready. More Bazooka fire there. Pack cards continue to spew out hot, high explosive fire there. The accuracy is a bit more questionable at times. Jackson right about down there for Freedom and the 3rd Armored Division. You got 146 for 299. Quite the fight here so far. Jackson setting out. Strain to mine though. Grievous casualties inflicted as the ground explodes. And takes 2 grenadiers with it. Finally heading up Pillar Machine to the Panther 4. That took him long enough. Packers found machine gun forcing into reposition. Every country called in. Jackson moving out. Sherman almost good to go once more there for Freedom and the 3rd Armored. Freedom right now in a bit of a defensive position and a bit of a bind here, since Deimos right now control most of the map, and also controls a lot of critical points. So Freedom will have to, I think, do some heavy leg work here to get past Deimos' iron grip and control the map with the situation again. Back here, Deimos is not far from calling in another Panther for Molgier, that at some point he may want to consider bringing up the Sturmgeschütz as from G to provide a bit more raw firepower versus the Allied armour. Jackson Sherman sitting out here, back here, pack cards moving out as well. Grabbing the eastern point. Pioneers with the Panther Wall support the Airstons ready with the bazookas in hand. Bring up east side here. Mortar could be recruited here for Freedom as well, providing with additional artillery support. Additional pain on the Krauts. The Ace Panzers moving east was there. Iron Cross holders, every single one of them. Trained to a 50 caliber there, and a Sherman they're going to have to think pretty swiftly. Seeing us out in the centre. We got 146 with 270. Like clockwork, another Panther from going away for Deimos. Meanwhile, we got a big assault here in the centre as Freedom unleashes all hell. We got bazooka teams, infantry, artillery support raining ready, and of course got armoured support as well that becomes necessary to deal with it with Deimos might try and throw in his way here. Major in the west versus the Pioneer Flamethrower team. Far up north, we got Deimos sneaking about. There's a few Pioneers. Eastern point makes use as well. Very good there by Deimos. There you go. Ace Panther fully lands a decent hit on the paratroopers, but they are not stopped. They are not deterred. They want vengeance for their fallen friends. But they gonna have to be fast about it. They may soon be joining those friends in the afterlife. As that Panther 4 Ace is not messing about. North here we got the Major about to go after the Pioneers. Pack cards finally need to get them perhaps a Sherman out to deal with that in the far east though. This is where the Sherman is. And there you go. Major out. A bit of a blow there to Freedom, who really should consider more armor. There you go, another Sherman away there finally. Raiding into the base again, it seems like. Pack 40 they're opening up. Could clear out the Sherman, not covered. There goes smoking off instead. Thumbs up. In the centre here we got Panzer Grenadiers for the Panther 4 there versus the Pathfinders and the Bazooka Paratroopers. Pack House is once more raining down death. Quick kill on the Panther Gunner there. No, not quite a whack, but that could quickly follow up. There was a few active badges here. Panther Gunner is pushing ahead. Oh, almost got the Pioneers there. Panther forming up, the direction from the Jackson on it. Going for the carve point, no fear there for Deimos. Back here, troops reinforcing. Sherman almost done. Got the second Panther ready there for Deimos once more.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready. Sherman ready to go.
Bit of quiet here. As Freedom is lining up for the next assault here in Deimos positions, and Deimos, of course, is to some degree preparing for it, but at the same time, not a lot either. He could, for example, lay down mines here and there. In fact, I think been no mines here from Deimos. Bit of an oversight. More panzers here though for Deimos, not a bad idea there at all. Putting him back to 4 infantry squads, which is the my reckoning and recommended amount. Good recommended amount there 4. Not the recommended minimum, that's 3, but you know, just a good solid 4 there. Got Sherman on the move here in the east once more. In the west, we got the Sherman striking westwards there, catching the machine gun there and forcing a quick retreat. Sherman there catching the Panther 4, but there's a Pack 40 backing it up. Then that's going to force Freedom to get his Sherman out very rapidly. Smoke chain going down as well, bit late though. Almost cost him his Sherman. And losing the A Sherman there would have been a significant blow to Freedom at this point. An American army morale. Well, there you go. Panther 4's going to go for it. I think another bad call by Deimos potentially. Straight to the Jackson pursuit team was not paying attention, so wasn't finding there. Another Panther moving up here. As the Ace 1 engaged the paratroops, causing heavy casualties. You got 20 kills on that one. Sherman on the west there, moving towards the centre again, as that is clearly where Deimos is making his major build up. If you could flank it, I think Freedom could do some nasty damage to Deimos. Nothing further going in Deimos base, no sign of the Tiger Ace anytime soon. Oh dear, there I say Termine there from Deimos with thumbs up. They're almost taking out a Sherman. Can Freedom... Oh, Deimos react to that in time here. And can Freedom save the Sherman even being pummeled out of existence? There you go, Pathfinder spot here being quickly cleared out. The Jackson is up there. Panther going for the Sherman. Bazooka team is nearby, supporting from a nearby building. Ace Panther almost down. They actually need to get out of there fast before lose. That'd be a huge blow there to Deimos himself. Like, you know, Freedom losing Ace Sherman. Oh, lost the pack cards there, I think. Yep. Jackson being West taking out the pack 40, getting Panthers as well. The situation's a bit messy here. For Freedom gets down. There, Gomes got the Panther, got the Ace Sherman moving in. Panther trying to get out of the frantically, and there you go. The Panther falls down. Another blow there to Deimos and Deutschland. Panther is going to moving up. The Sherman Ace down to half health. 38 kills on this armoured monstrosity, this behemoth of democracy. Bomb grenade in the midst of the paratroopers. They do dodge it. Ace Panther 4, the fixed up. We've still got the bazooka team in the building there. On the corner, there you go. Jackson. Engine is out. Skill of the Sherman gun is being shot to bits here. Paratroopers need to retreat. Artillery fire raining down for what little he has left. Sherman sort of fixed up. Bazooka fire there again on the Panther 4 to push ahead. They need to be careful. Oh dear, oh dear, he almost threw away the crew there. Almost got the Panther 4 there, but he quickly dodges the shots and gets away. Bazooka team inside the building need to get up before they get wiped with the flamethrowers here from Deimos' Pioneers. Oh, they get wiped. Heavy casualties there for Freedom. Deimos is starting to land his blows really hard there. We got 137 to 196. Fifth kill there, opening up 5 kills. Sherman being pulled back. They are both in need of repairs alongside the Jackson tank destroyer. He could still go for more armor, though he may also want some more infantry. He also needs to get that machine gun out on the victory point. Panther being fixed there, 21 kills. Guessing Deimos is going to go for another Panther from Moldavi. Also got more Panthers. He did suffer heavy infantry loss. In fact, he's only just one Grenadier squad now. That is rather significant casualties. Might still leave an opening there for Freedom to push through and win the day if he does this correctly. Grab the southern point here. Panther 4 Ace moving eastwards. Packers moving up. I'll recruit there by paratroopers. 50 cal there on the way for Freedom. Other one he needs to retreat for first of the Panther 4 before that gets annihilated. Packers there hammering around the centre. Forcing a retreat there from Deimos. He can go for another Panther from Moldavi now. Well, obviously he does go for it. 50 cal there almost done. He can easily go for another Sherman there by Mr. Freedom. Sherman heading westwards with the rifle squad. They're going to push for that western victory point again. Eastern fuel by them seized by Deimos' Grenadiers. And there you go. Another Panther from Moldavi. Another one. And this is starting to look like it might get into an hour-long match. Quite the fight here so far. Sherman Ace could support here and should support. I think he does the machine gun. Got the other one nearby just in case there's an armored surprise, I suppose, waiting there for Deimos. Panther 4 there almost done. Sherman's going to go for it. It's going to force retreat here. Might even get a wipe with a bit of luck. Down to just 2 men. Jackson pounding away at the Panther 4's frontal armor, forcing retreat there. Almost got the machine gun here. Grab the Western victory point away, and there you go. Close, but not quite. Close, but not quite. Wow, something just went flying there. Piece of masonry. Packs being hauled west to respond to the Shermans. These two, we got 50 copies of the Grenadiers, causing grievous harm and casualties. Deimos is forced to pull back his Grenadiers, no matter how much he wishes to just hold that piece of territory for Deutschland. Grab the Western victory point. Jackson there close to Etchney 2. Packard to fire there. Oh, almost cleared out that machine gun there with a single hit. White Phosphorus going down next. Oh, there we go. Almost got it fully wiped now. Powerfire push back. Jackson got the pack forward and the Jackson in turn, pushing down to half health already. Machine gun there. Oh, it got entirely wiped by the looks of it. Minor blow then the fight. We got the Sherman here as the Panzer's forcing retreat. There we got 137 to 119. Bring up the west side here. Looks like Deimos is once more losing ground. He might get a bit too confident there. Relax versus Freedom, and Freedom is exploiting that. Mine goes off in the west though. That was the one he laid down much earlier. I remember now. Freedom though really should just begin pushing in as many tanks as he can though. That definitely feels like an oversight there by Freedom. That feels like a definite oversight. Pack moving up and Panther 4 support as well. They're going to push hard, try and take out the Sherman. Good use of critical repairs to quickly fix up the damage and get out of there. Prepared results ready. We got the East Panther 4 and the regular one then hops through the Sherman. Jackson appears on the flank. Get great hit there. Bazooka as well there. Further hits there on the Panther 4. Almost costing him the East Panther 4. Needs to blitz it out there. Sherman in now. Risky. Packs moving up here. No by supporting him to help deal with the Packs. Also could also be quite a blow there to Deimos. He were to lose the Packs right then and there. Jackson needs to get up before it gets knocked out with the Packs. Sherman's look like they will be getting away here. On the Panther 4s they will. A Sherman on the far right flank, not doing anything. Then he's moving up, we got 137 on the 5. Quick grenade here, but that's going to be not effective as getting suppressed by the MG42 here. Stu going for Deimos, finally realizing he needs the power of the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung. Thumbs up to Deimos. Pack after they're hammering away, close to the ace level than one of them. Try and take out the machine gun. Those shots are... Oh, there we go, landing great. Going for the Eastern Victory Point again. Needs to secure the center one as well. And if he possibly should try and launch a deep flank behind Deimos and clear out his armor. Another Sherman there for Freedom. Very good. Third Armor Division is certainly taking a pummeling here against the Krauts. Shermans and Jackson being paired up north. Fighting over the center. Pack out to far there. Oh, wipes out the Panzer before the challenging retreat. There we go. Sturmgeschütz from on the way. And there goes Sherman Ace is going to rate the base. 41 kills. Freedom's going for it again there. Straight for the soft, squishy bits here of Deimos' underbelly. Thumbs up there to Freedom. Almost got a machine gun bunker there. Going for the medic bunker once we got the Stuke moving in there. Need to get the Sherman out of there before that's too late. The Gold Supply forward on the flank. Switching out to high explosive rounds. Oh, we got switching off there. Covering up the retreat. Good work there. Well, he's kind of covering it up. Could actually lose the Sherman here. Oh. And the A Sherman goes down a sundering blow there to Freedom and the 3rd Armored Division. Quite the crew though, and they certainly came quite far having been promoted there from the 3rd Light Tank. Stooping up the eastern side here. Gonna flank up behind. Nice cheeky play there. Gonna leave that Jackson a bit of a tight spot. Might have a good chance of getting it wiped out there, in fact. One more hit, and that Jackson is toast. Pops it out of the crew there to try and avoid that. Clever play there by Freedom. Shoot the rest of Sherman now. Panther forming up, Pack forming up as well there. Need to clear out the Jackson, and there we go. Ooh, shot bounces. Paxton should be able to finish off. This dude doesn't. There you go. Jackson down. Freedom down just to the 2 Shermans. We got 137.72. We got more soldiers out here for damage and plays and infantry losses at a bit faster pace now. Artillery fire continues to rain down in volumes. As the pack hounds are looking to snuff out everything here that Deimos has. Artillery fire, white phosphorus fire, just death raining down from above on high. Jackson number 2 halfway done, seizing the eastern point here. Might want to try and see one of the western ones, well, even seizing the western one here. Paratroops there hiding out, healing, ready to ambush any crap panzers. Stuk there, half 852 being fixed up. Other Panzer 4 there by apparently abandoned. Oh dear. That's a bit of good luck there for Deimos. Bad luck for Freedom. Sherming up the eastern side.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Tank destroyer there ready for Freedom. Panzer 4 engaging. Pin launching ready here. Right from on the church. Paratroops advancing with the bazookas, and there you go. Shots fired. Panzer 4 taking significant damage as the rockets impact. Steadily approaching the 1 hour mark now. We are under 4 minutes away from that happening. Panzer 4 they're moving ahead. Pack counts is fine. We could technically try with the heat barrel to try and take out the Panther 4. Of course, that requires to stand in the same place for long enough, but theoretically you could get lucky. Our way Jackson gaining ace level. No, by the way, of course, he switched out the crews there of the old Jackson tanks were destroyed, and then the new one. Thumbs up there to Freedom again. It's definitely a good ability getting one of those gets over, but there you go. Sherman down. Telemine there. Paid off greatly for Deimos. And the other Sherman hit a Telemine as well. Wow, these Telemines are really wreaking havoc here on Freedom, who just doesn't have any minesweepers. And he's just clearly not expecting it either. Sherman got abandoned though. Oh boy. Deimos can actually seize that one, turn against Freedom. Panther 4 is shooting up, supporting, engaging Freedom's exposed right flank now. Another Jackson on the way there. Sherman crewed by Germans. It's the German Sherman. In the German Sherman show. More assault guns out here for Deimos. Packs though punching away at the Jackson tanks. Almost taking out. There you go. Panther 4 going for a final hit there. Misses though. Bazooka Team could finish off the Panther 4. A significant blow here to Deimos. There we go. Panther 4 out of control. Didn't get the ace tank destroyer. The Stu Panther 4 moving ahead with the Stuki going in there as well. Getting very aggressive as the Jackson. He wants it dead. Tod. Kaput. Nicht mehr, and there he goes. Stug scores the killing blow, taking out the Jackson ace. Gaining Schützen in the process. But there you go, Bazooka Team's nearby, there's no support nearby, there's no smoke screens either. He could end up risking losing the venerable veteran 2 Stug here out to the paratroopers. They're definitely paying themselves off as well, though. They're certainly done quite a bit of harm there to Deimos Panzers. There you go, other Panther 4 diving into the base here. Deimos, don't throw away the entire match. He's getting overly aggressive. He could technically be tossing away the entire match here now. Giving Freedom a possibility to possibly turn the game around and crush him. If he's not careful. This definitely feels like Deimos is getting a bit overly reckless. Another Panther 4 down. Wow, he lost so much armor in a short time. All he's got left now is the German Sherman. The Beutepanzer, or booty tank. Right into the line of fire of the MU-42. $100 versus 70. We are 30 seconds away from this being an hour-long match minimum. Western point being seized there. We got 100 versus 67. Bazooka teaming up the eastern side. Jackson ring in as well. Deimos is like going to go for another Panther 4 Model J here. Of course, it could go for Stug. Eine Sturmgeschütz. Nope, looks like he's doing something else. Probably reinforcing. No, Manpower went somewhere though. Oh, he's building a machine bunker in the center that's also going to work out there.
We're bleeding points like a stuffed.
There we go. 1 hour long match. 46 points left. Freedom is bleeding out rapidly. 43 points left. Machine gun bunker down in the center. They can upgrade it. Machine gun, they're retreating though. Meanwhile, 5th coupling up on the west side. We got fighting on the point. Here we got soldiers with the vehicle crew, and the vehicle crew stands no chance. They're dropping dead like flies. Shem, they can hammer the bazooka team, but they got another soldier coming up. They also got the Canadians inside the bunker. They're opening up. Paratrooper squad almost down, and the Sherman is saved. The bazooka paratrooper team is dead. Huge blow there to Freedom, down to 22. Machine gun there being hosed down by the machine gun bunker with the Canadians out of it. There, go down there as well. I think Freedom is now possibly beyond a chance of winning this match.
Do something. We're down to 10 points, damn it.
7 points. 4.
Krauts are taking one of our
1,
points.
and that's GG. That is GG. A brutal hour-long match here on Lost Glider. Was close at times. I feel like Freedom though had the match, but ended up flowing too many resources without choosing a Doctrine. If he just pushed hard with his resource, I think he would close out the fight and just locked out Deimos. And even then, after that, he still had chances, but I think he relied too much on head on the assaults rather than good flanks and maneuvers against Deimos. I think it gave Deimos a bit of chance having his opponents to wear him down. So good play there by Deimos again. Good play by Freedom, but there were clearly some flaws they need to work on. So I hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, tell a friend and family, but don't tell enemies. This is Pro Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.